that I think we had going. There's been a couple noise complaints. There's another one in the packet. So were you saying that you're willing to kind of work?
Yeah, I'm looking more and more. So, for example, the reason why is I want to make, obviously, Mr. Lang is a customer, there's residents around, and I want to make sure they're taken care of. However, what I don't want is suddenly we get a complaint because at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, someone in the apartment's hung over and we're trying to operate a business on that corridor, they put a complaint in, we get revoked. So what I'm kind of looking for is some guidelines of, okay, these are the hours and these are the volumes.
I think we have hours in our ordinance,
They-
and so that's why I feel
They
very
did when we
comfortable.
first opened, yeah.
The instances that Mr. Lang is bringing for us are things that are
Outside the
outside
hours,
of
yeah.
hours. So that seems like it's within your control.
Oh, yeah, it's
And-
absolutely, it needs a reasonable request from him, so.
And in the past, another reason why I feel comfortable moving ahead is that in the past, if there has been an incident or an issue with a business, a lot of times we'll have a conversation between staff and when I was chair of JP&L and the business owner, and we come to some, agreement, and then it's, I've never been on the board when a privilege has actually been revoked. It's
Yeah.
there. There's usually something you can do ahead of time.
Yeah, I just want to be proactive about it, so I'm going to install an automatic shunt. And I believe it was, I'll double check the policy, but I remember when we first opened, I think I knew the decibel count, I think it was around 20, from 20 feet away. And I think it stops at I think it's 9 o'clock in the evening or
Yeah, and the thing is, it also sounds like it's, that the announcing is of more of a concern than the music. So again, these are things that I think we can work with.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I made the motion.
Thank you. And Rebecca, if you could provide some guidance, I know that there's a new cycling shop. I live right behind Reliance, and I can hear that music playing really loud lately in the morning, really early morning, and so at least we could advise them as well.
the cycling, yeah, they open the door.
Which one?
That's been my word. I keep thinking you're going to call me for them.
As we were on the topic.
I'm going to hear them.
Does anyone else have any discussion on board?
I would encourage the owner to work with the
Yeah.
neighbors,
Oh,
not be a belligerent, or, because part of the park, we are a neighborhood, people have to sleep,
Yeah.
and I've been down that area, and the speakers are going, and nobody's outside, and it's late, and it's like, be conscious that,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a privilege that is given, and
We're
can be
absolutely-
revoked.
We are on it, but yeah, it's like I said, it's human error. So what I'm going to do is
Right.
eliminate the human error and put in the auto shunt.
Okay, trustee
I
Mentor?
would just like to amend the applications for both of them to take out the amplified music. If that's not in the policy, or at least in the special privilege for the right of way, I'd like to take that out if it's not in the policy. And I'd also like to,
You're just asking.
I also like to, for people to understand that is it up to BART administratively to remove, or do you have to come back to the board to remove the special privilege, or how would that work?
It would have to come back to the board, correct? I don't have the authority to remove this
Okay.
privilege.
I mean, I just, truthfully, I don't see that ever happening. So,
Do we need to make a motion to do that, or just give direction to make the application match the policy? Okay, you have to put it in minutes, okay.
okay.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Motion carries 6-1. Thank you, and I apologize, John.
No problem.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so next,
At the end of last season, I was trying to pet down on it because I know you called a few times. So I'm trying to put it down on it.
Somebody wrote an email about that, and I thought we had discussed moving the bus stop south in order to make more parking there, and did that happen, or what's our progress on that?
Marge, you anything about that?
I would offer that action possibly got lost in the transition of staff. I've never been directed to do so. I've heard that it was discussed. It didn't take place before I got here, and I've never had action
I
called
don't
on
remember,
it.
did we actually ask to go ahead and do that? You might want to check the minutes and see if we actually asked MCPS to consider that or not. I know we discussed it, I don't recall what that was all about.
I think they followed up with the bus company to come and move it or something.
I can check minutes, but that unfortunately happened all
That's
before I
when
got
Mary
here.
was here, so, there's another issue that I'll discuss after trustee Buckhorst. Trustee Buckhorst.
I was just gonna ask, but maybe before the next agenda item, if we could take a break.
Before the next one? Sure. Okay, anybody else? Trustee Carpenter?
I was not on the board at the time, but I was at that meeting, and I thought that that was, from my recollection, that was moving forward to move that bus stop to the other side of the bluff, but, yeah, we didn't get a bluff.
It might have been because of bubble movement, I don't
You
know.
know,
Go ahead, Trustee
if
McKay.
I may, there were two items of conversation discussion that night, and one was the bike corral, and the other
Yes,
was the
that's what I'm
parklet.
bringing
And
up.
so the parklet is actually a zero-sum loss. There was the bike corral, and we resolved that by moving the bike parking to the sidewalk in the right of way.
Well, we didn't
So
really
then-
resolve it. That was what we told them we were gonna resolve it. So that brings us to the second point, which,
That helped.
That was
Alleviate some of the
alleviated.
issues.
Yeah.
Right, so it probably took pressure off the need of moving the bus stop, and I can't say that that's what occurred, but I do know that there were two issues.
Yep, that does
Um,
that may help.
so there is
alleviate
a-
the concern.
there is an issue, Bart, if you would want to phrase it so that you can get some input from the board.
Sure, so with this application, if you've taken a chance to look at the site plan, he has included placing the bike corral back within, on the street within that application. He's indicated part of the reason for that request is that, he was informed or told or promised, I'm not sure, once before he got here, that, in exchange for removing it from the street, that the village would be able to install bike racks on the sidewalk. In following up on that, I don't believe we have any bike racks to install, so I don't know.
That was promised to him by our interim manager
So-
as why we adopted it. That
Yeah.
if he took the corral off, we would for surely put bike racks on the sidewalk for him.
Right.
And then he would have room for the parklet and it wouldn't take up another parking space. And you're saying that just hasn't happened.
So correct, it is not, there was no extra bike racks out there, and in talking with DPW, we don't have bike racks to install out there, so it'd be a matter of either buying more or appropriating from somewhere else, a larger conversation in terms of whether or not we want to get in the policy of moving things around, that would.
And then the other outstanding issue is that the bike corral was a pilot program. And in that pilot program, it said that the owner would buy the bike corral, and once it became a regular program, that they would pay us, or we would buy it, and then they would pay us back. And that hasn't occurred. And so there's two bike issues going on. Yes.
I just have a question about putting that in the right of way. Would that stay there year round? Or would that be removed after when the parklet is removed?
It'd be, yeah, with the park, say it's the park.
Okay.
But there was an issue when we were approving it of why it couldn't have both, and I can't remember what it was. Was it space? That's why Larry was like, we'll put everybody, that was the compromise, was that, correct? Otherwise the park would.
So last year, he just had the 28-foot parklet, and now he's asking for 39 feet.
It's the same parklet size, but with the bike corral added to it again.
But I mean, in terms of public right-of-way that he's taking up, it's 39 feet, not 28.
Correct.
Correct.
And he said, how many spots, so is it an extra spot that is being taken away because of the bike corral?
Yes, that was the problem.
I mean, at least a half a spot, there's just a half a spot, right, so.
So that's why the compromise was reached of putting the bikes on the sidewalk. Trustee Boppers.
So with all the initiatives that we've done and all the bike improvements and enhancements in this community, and it's not really him, I mean, yes, I understand. He, Draft Vessel is asking for this, but it's something, the bike corral especially, I think benefits the whole community. So I know we had this discussion and we had people from the building had come in last time and the businesses, and there was a whole discussion about Petty alerted them and all this other ballyhoo. But putting that aside, I'm gonna say that we have a very aggressive, well, part of our Vision 2025, and part of what I've heard from many of you people here is that we do support intermodal transportation and bike friendliness. So I have no problem approving the bike corral in addition to the parkway. Especially considering we don't have adequate bike parking on that spot, and a lot of cyclists do come to that whole area, not just to Draft and Vessel, but to all those businesses. And we want to promote that kind of behavior, so I think it makes sense.
And I just want to say, I would not have approved, I think when we were at board, the vote would have gone differently for the parklet, because if the businesses that did come were at, I mean, they made a really strong case of not wanting to lose that one extra parking space. So, so I would be in favor, I'm in favor of multimodal transportation, and I believe that the compromise we reached was a good one. I would be more in favor of buying a bike rack and putting it out there so people can bike, but just not in the street where there's parking getting taken up, just on the sidewalk as we had promised. Trustee Pimentel?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for bike racks, I'm just not for them in the public right of way in a corner where there are other business owners who have parking needs. We made a pretty good case last year, even though they're not here this year, that they, there's not a lot of parking in that area and it's affecting their business. And we have emails from building owners saying that their rents are being affected. So there's a real economic impact. And I'm okay with the parklet. I'm not okay with the bike corral
One or the other
in the
was-
right of way. They could put it on the sidewalk and the right of way on the sidewalk, or just do,
I think the whole board was supportive of the bike corral. It was when he wanted, in addition to that, a parklet. That was where the compromise had to be reached. So it was like, well, you're already taking up the spaces, now you want to take up.
We've got a different board though now.
Oh, I understand. I'm repeating because the business owners aren't here and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Trustee McKay and then trustee Warren?
I will see in my time.
Okay, trustee
Oh,
Warren.
thank you. I was just gonna say, I like President Rose's idea of finding a way. I'm concerned about losing that parking space based on what I saw in the packet. So I do of course support multimodal transportation, but I'd like to explore an option where we could get the bike rack on the sidewalk, so we don't lose that extra parking spot. I like the idea of trying to explore that in order to address some of these concerns that we saw in the packet.
And just to add to that, the business owner agreed to that solution. So it wasn't that it was forced upon him. Trustee McKay.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the parklet application for a 28, the special privilege parklet request for the 28-foot parklet structure for draft and vessel at address 4417 North Oakland, and direct staff to work with the owner to find sidewalk right-of-way siting for additional bikes.
Does that mean we need to purchase them? I mean, are we directing staff to purchase it? I mean,
If either purchasing or relocating existing.
I'm not for that.
no, I'd rather just purchase, but we did, that was,
Then I would direct staff to purchase
Yeah.
said bike racks that were promised last year. It's
Second.
not a very good, not very good language.
Could I amend the motion?
you can. So there's been a second. Okay.
I don't know how to do this. To amend it to also include a bikelet in the public right of way.
Bike corral?
Bike trail, thank you. As requested in the application.
So you
That's a
would,
different one.
you have
This
to,
is
no,
amended.
it's not, you can amend it to strike the 28-foot blah, 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 correct, Nathan?
Yeah.
Technically you can, yeah. I
And
mean,
just
they're sort
substitute
of
it with-
polar opposite, but if you want to do that, but then remember though, then you're voting on, the vote now is whether to amend, and then you re-vote on the
Right.
underlying, or whether it's amended or not.
Right,
Wait,
so
what
what,
did
you
you
can
put?
just make the
Just
motion
Just
to
say
strike
amend and-
28.
The bike corral. I want to allow the bike corral.
In the street. Well, can't you just vote no on her? Why would we have to
Well,
amend
you
that?
guys could vote no on the amendment.
That's true, okay.
You gotta get a second.
Do you have a second?
I don't know if I have a second. Would anyone like to support cycling in Shorewood?
And the kids and bikes.
Seniors too.
And seniors.
And people from outside the municipality?
So,
It
No?
just doesn't seem like there's a second.
I guess not. Well, I tried.
Well, you can put parking on the sidewalk. We should have more bike racks
Right,
along
but
the
what,
street
are we
there.
going to
We
get?
should, that was part of the motion.
Let's park our cars on the sidewalk, then we would have no parking problem at all.
that was really kind of article.
That was in the plot.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Can you reread the motion in a second?
To,
approve the application for special privilege for the parklet 28-foot structure at Draft and Vessel located at 4417 North Oakland, and to direct staff to purchase a bike rack. So look right here.
Yeah, exactly. Should we add when they would install this? They're gonna purchase and install within, like,
The next,
like
they
2
want it
years
before
or?
summer, I'm assuming,
Well, yeah,
so.
would it be installed in the parklets and stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I don't,
On the
you're,
summer,
I'm just wondering, do we need to include that in the?
I like that suggestion, and yeah, I think it would be helpful to say
Sure.
prior or concurrent with. the
Well, we don't wanna
parklet
hold
installation.
up the parklet on the account that the village doesn't do what they need to do.
If we have to order a rack, I can't guarantee that we'll have it in our hands on the date that that parklet is installed. I mean, we can do it as quickly as possible, but
When practical,
Okay.
that's right.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Did you add that as quickly as possible?
When practical.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you, and we will now take a recess until 9:30.